Hey guys, Redmaster here, and welcome to a quick little video. I just finished recording Evening with Red. I don't know what I was going to name it yet. But before I did close out for the evening, I did want to do a little quick analysis on our quick little sneaky update. This is a minor update launched earlier this evening. And it has, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, depending on how you look at it, changes. And we're going to go from the minor ones to the more interesting ones. So, the minor ones we'll get quickly out of the way. Actually, are they the same gold cost? Yeah, they are. Okay, so let's make it easier. Interestingly enough, Furnace Knight and Pyromancer had their rarities switched, if you say. Pyromancer was before part of the basic set. He is now a rare Monster Island set card. And Furnace Knight, what was the rare Monster Island card, is now a basic card. Interesting change to see why. I'm not sure why they decided to give Furnace Knight out to everyone. Maybe because they thought it was just a good 4-drop overall. It's definitely a good Warlock card. And I think Pyromancer, you might need that rare. Just so it's not as easy. I know it's an Awakened card, so people might be looking for it to get Awakened deck started if they don't already have Pyromancer. Pretty sure, though, by now, if you have the game downloaded at the time of the update, you most likely have Pyromancer already, so you don't have to worry about collecting 3 of them. If you are new after the after this change happened, though, and you didn't have 3 of Pyromancer, don't worry, they're not that hard to collect, but you just have to keep an eye out for Pyromancer now popping up from packs. And, of course, Furnace Knight being a basic, again, not too huge. I think he'll definitely give some new players the edge. You might see Aura running around in the lower tiers, but that's alright, right guys? Another set here that was changed, Hall of Winds and Ice. I know I have to disable this. Ice Blast. Those were changed in rarity as well. Sort of similar to the Pyromancer and Furnace Knight change. These guys, however, instead, Hall of Winds from basic to common, Ice Blast from common to basic. So another card that I think is relatively great for new players to have 3 of right off the bat. I think you might be seeing it a little more in basic play, depending on how strong it gets. So we will definitely see what that brings to the lower tiers of gameplay, or the lower rankings of gameplay. And, I mean, Hall of Winds, the commons at this point. I'm not sure if anyone else uses Hall of Winds in their deck. If they do, it's now common, so that's just a little nifty thing. Getting on to the more interesting changes now. Not my options, the news. Most of the changes have been directed towards the Crusaders with 2 interesting changes. Searing Light has now been rebranded into, I think, yeah, Blazing Sword. Blazing Sword is now a 4, or what was Searing Light is now a 4-drop, and renamed Blazing Sword, and it now deals 5 damage. Simple. I definitely think this is a interesting change, a much needed change for the Crusaders. Searing Light didn't really see much gameplay, despite it had a great ability of healing units and the castle for 3 if you use it on an enemy in proximity to your units. But I think not much removal is used in Crusaders besides the Verdict anyway. So you may not see this jump into everyone's deck. You may, though, because it's a higher dealing damage than Incinerate. I mean, technically, I think we can relate this thing to Incinerate before it got recently changed. just because I remember it doing 5 damage for 4 goals. So you can kind of look at it like bringing that back. They're tossing out Searing Light and rebranding it into this, which isn't bad. I think it's a good card overall. Of course, kind of simple ability. It reminds me of the Incinerate a while ago. Church. Now this is where the other change comes in. Church got its basic slot removed. It's now a common, but it didn't trade any. It didn't trade its rarity with anyone. But instead, it moved up, and a new card was created. We'll get to that new card in a second. But of course, Church is now a common. So just throwing it out there. If you guys don't already have 3 of Church, it's now going to be your mission to find them in packs, seeing as how they are now common. Now, on to the new card. The new card, Sunburst. Now, the art isn't really new. We've seen it. It used to be a card called Revive, pre-Monster Island. It used to heal 8 damage, 8 health for anything from the castle to a unit. But now the art's reused, but the card is new. Sunburst, 1 gold. Basic spell, so you're gonna have to. It's kind of easy. You should already have it, and deal 1 damage to all enemies in a 5x5 radius. Now, there's a little joke I see here with the card. It's a very weak version of Luminaris. Dealing 1 damage to all enemies in a 5x5. That's okay. Now, the argument here is that Daggerstorm is the same cost with Pirates, and it's got a better range, AoE. It targets all enemies, while this just deals a 1 damage in a 5x5. Now, see what they did here, or at least what I'm thinking. They kind of made a little joke about Luminaris and made it a weaker version of it, and now we have Sunburst. But really, this is going to be a fun card to hopefully maybe see some people run, especially if they're running anything related to Flux, because Flux is definitely going to be pulling this. It's definitely, I think, added into the card pool of Flux, so you're going to be seeing it pulled maybe once or twice from a Flux, so you won't see this never being played, seeing as how Flux can pull any one of those underrated spells from it, and a player may be forced to use it to his or her advantage. So, that was really it. It was a quick little, the update is called Basic Cards Update, so it wasn't really too much. And unfortunately, I do not have any speculations to how this relates to Arcanon Wars. I don't think it is, to be honest. I think it's just maybe a quick little change, little swap, changing up a bit. Regardless, that is what we now have. So, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this quick little update video, I guess it's really like a games update, not a channel update, but whatever. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and maybe comment down below on what you think was maybe the more the biggest change out of these 4 that we got. So, that being said, until the next video, guys, stay gaming.